Hello everyone, I'm Kim. Thanks for stopping back. Tonight's video is going to feature the 70 meals that I discovered in our chest freezer last night when my husband and I were cleaning it out. Some early fall garden cleanup, some cooking, and chat. I'm going to discuss some of the new things that are coming to my channel very soon, so I hope you'll join me here tonight. Okay, we're cleaning our freezer out again this year. So this is our freezer on August 25th at about 9 p.m. And then I'm going to take an inventory of everything that's in here. So stuff that I've purchased probably beginning in May, maybe as early as April, all the way up until July will be in the freezer here. So I'll make that inventory list and then I will show you what it looks like when we put everything back in. Okay, so we have everything put back in and I have the inventory. So I found some like single serve or the small pizzas you buy in the grocery store. I found 5 of those buried and some french fries, so those are up towards the top, and underneath the french fries is just a couple of bags of shredded cheese. Then I've got 2 packages. I guess I didn't know I had the Mission soft shells, so I've got a package underneath those, and then I try to put the vegetables right here in the middle. So what I have is several packages of Aldi's frozen vegetables, like their butternut squash for my ratatouille and their sweet potato, so I have 2 bags of each. And then I have a bag of green beans from Aldi before the season started, where I was getting fresh green beans. I've got a bag of peas and mixed vegetables, so I'm good for frozen vegetables right now. And then on top I have the green beans that I processed, so I have 12 servings of those, so those will go all winter. Got some oregano still left. I'm doing pasta sauce, so I've got several packages of that in the other freezer. I've got enough hamburgers for my husband to have 9 hamburger patties in the future. We've got some pancakes to use up from about 3 weeks ago, so that's next up for a meal. I've got enough breakfast links for 5 breakfasts, enough hot dogs. I think we have 16 hot dogs, 1 package of bacon, 2 packs of stadium brats, 2 packages of chicken. Well, we got some meatballs, just 3 left over from a big batch of meatballs I did about a month ago maybe. We have a package of Amish chicken, and then a package of chicken breasts from Aldi. And then I have 14 pounds of ground beef from Woodman's. It's a grocery store in Wisconsin. It could be in other states. And I have 5 pounds of Aldi hamburger. And I think I made a couple of videos about that. One batch of hamburger I got at either $5.19 or $5.99, and the other I got at $3.99. It was either a 50% sticker or something, but I know I got it at $3.99. And those were bought in anywhere from May to June. So I still have some of that ground beef because we've been mainly eating vegetable dishes and rice and eggs and all that kind of stuff, but we have had probably a couple of pounds of ground beef this summer that we've gone through, and we've also had chicken and we've had salmon. So that is it. To the bottom we have 2 big bags of strawberries. Each one is 4 pounds. And so I need to make up some jam. I have another big bag of strawberries that I'm using currently for smoothies. So I have some roasted pine nuts or roasted pumpkin seeds that I'm making smoothies out to get my protein. We're also doing eggs, egg salad, potato salad, macaroni salad, all the goodies for summer. But that time will soon be over, and we'll be back to crock-pot meals and one-pan meals and soups and stews and all that. So that is what our freezer looks like. It's about just a little tiny bit over half full. And definitely with the meat, especially the ground beef, we have ground beef until the end of the year. We have some frozen vegetables until the end of the year, but everything else will probably be used up in the next 2 months. And then, as it's used up, I will go to the store and replace it. And welcome to the chat segment of my video. So, going forward with my channel, and that there are a few changes that I'm going to make. In the past, I've made videos where the whole video was about the budget, the whole video was about cooking, just the whole video was just one particular subject matter. And then it was always had kind of like an informational or how-to effect, as far as I felt. Like I was showing you how to, or just parting with information about how I was cooking or cleaning or budgeting or spending money or saving money. And I kind of want to go away from some of that. I think that has, as far as my channel and, the whole and total content of my channel. Kind of has an expiration point. I can't, there's just really no every day, every week, every month chat that I can make that's different about our budget. It's same income, same expenses every month. Sometimes we can save, sometimes we can't save. We have had in the last couple of years, reduced wages or job loss or stuff like that. But going forward, even if I wouldn't work, and I will be in January, we would still have my husband's income unless he changes jobs. And, eventually as we move out of this apartment and move to our forever place and our forever home, he will change jobs and he will have a different income. And then I'll make a video about that then. As far as cooking in that, I've tried over the last year to reduce our grocery budget, so there's less in hauls and less that's interesting in hauls. We don't really, aren't into, big elaborate hauls or lots of snacks or lots of processed food. So it's not interesting to most people. It is interesting to the people that have the same diet as we do probably, or buy the same groceries as we do. But for the most part, even the videos that I watch include lots of processed food. It's not why I watch the video, but they do have grocery hauls that have processed food in them. And I enjoy seeing what other people eat, whether it's processed or not, whether it's organic or not, whether they're eating lots of meat or not. It doesn't really matter to me. I just like watching what other people buy. But if you are just tuning in for grocery hauls in my videos, you're just going to see the same food bought, every 2 weeks or every month. And I'm sure that gets old. And talking about budgeting with the same figures and stuff like that gets old. And like I said, there's an end date to that. I will continue to include quarterly budgets, talk about our budget, our income and expenses every 3 or 4 months. Or at the beginning of the year or the end of the year. I will continue to do grocery hauls, even small ones. One of the things that I want to do different with the grocery haul is to show you my Walmart cart and my Aldi cart for the groceries that are going to get delivered, as well as show you some footage in store as we put the groceries in the cart, give you real-time prices, bringing it home instead of just, here's what I got this week for groceries and just showing it to you. I want to include a segment of chat because I want the people that follow me and have taken the time to subscribe to me to get to know me. I want to put myself out there a little bit. So I will have chat. Each segment will have a timestamp. So if you're just here for the budget, you'll be able to just hit the timestamp and see that. If you're here just for the grocery haul, there'll be one for that. Here for the chat. If you're here for all of it, then I appreciate that. That helps my channel grow, and so thank you. So going forward, those will be changes. I'll have extended cooking, so from beginning to end, not just clips of, as it's frying up in the fry pan. I will also try to do some fall cooking and baking and ingredient lists or pantry lists and stuff like that. I will definitely share with you recipes going into the fall that are tried and true in our household. If you're going to be baking or cooking for your family or for guests, and going into the holidays, I want to make sure that I have a video up for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day if that's interesting to you. My husband and I spend it alone, so if you're spending it alone or for whatever reason, I'll have videos up for those two time periods, and possibly I'll even go live. I think I tried last year and it didn't work, but this year I know how to go live, so I would definitely like to be able to offer videos like that, more personable and warm videos versus the how-tos or the instructional type videos is something that I'm aiming for. I want to get, I want to have my community to be warm and friendly and something that makes people happy and seek out, and it can't always be that way if the only videos that I'm showing are just, full-on instructional or how-to. So I want to change the format a little bit. The name might change a little. I'm sure it'll stay Shop and Cook, but I get a lot of emails, or have over the course of 2 years, about where's the eating, thinking that my husband and I are going to be eating in restaurants and stuff like that. We're not. Well, at least we're not going to show ourselves actually eating. We may show restaurants and may show what we're having in a restaurant. So I may change that part. It's going to be more, my channel's going to be more about lifestyle than just, discussing, how to do this or how to do that. So I hope that sounds good to you. If anything that I've talked about sounds interesting, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you in the community. Thanks for joining me here tonight. Take care, be well, and I'll see you again. Okay, Sunday night's supper is some acorn squash. So we were
As I have said previously, I do have a vegetable pickup that I do either every other week, sometimes depending on what's available. I might use the prepaid money that I prepaid in to purchase. And this past week, some of the money that I prepaid in, I saw that acorn squash were available, so I got 2 of those. Each one of them were $1.50, so $3 spent on acorn squash. And then there was some sweet corn that my farmer was selling for another farmer, and each piece was 50 cents. So we paid to have that picked up, the acorn squash and the sweet corn, and 1 watermelon. Okay, this is my pre-fall garden, and I almost hate to say that word fall, as I'm sure there's plenty of people that are still enjoying summer. But today in Wisconsin we have temperatures of 68 degrees, and in the next few days we're going to have that. And my prediction, and I'll say it right out loud on YouTube, is that fall will be, in the fall color in Wisconsin at least, this part of Wisconsin, Wisconsin Dells, is going to come about 3 weeks to a month early. I believe peak season for color will be by the end of September versus normally mid-October to the 3rd week of October. So I say the prediction every year, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm right 100% of the time. You just have to kind of watch the signs of nature, and nature will tell you when it's time. So this is pre-fall garden. So I came out here and cleaned a bunch of stuff up and trimmed a bunch of stuff. And I apologize for the background noise, but I live right next to the interstate. So we have some Spanish lavender that's still doing beautiful. That was repotted, and that's going to overwinter. We have some rosemary, also repotted and trimmed, and I'm hoping to plant that in some sand in the garage and overwinter that and be successful for the first time. One of my 3 roses, ready to go again. It has been trimmed several times and fertilized, so it's had 3 times of blooming times this spring and summer. So we're going to see if we have an October one coming. Still tomatoes, still have a tomato there. So I had 2 rescued tomato plants and 4 tomato plants that I purchased early on. All total, I've had 65 tomatoes, good-sized tomatoes, I'd say palm size or a little bit larger than that, and I've had over 100 cherry tomatoes. So, and I've still got flowers. And these are with the tomato plants planted double. I think I had a follower that wondered how that works out. It works out perfect. So 2 tomato plants in that pot. This is a rescue one. This has given me about 20 tomatoes of various sizes. We have some ivy over here that was with a plant. I separated them, repotted it, hoping to overwinter. Strawberry plant, well over, I don't know, probably 60 or more strawberries, so I'm going to overwinter that in sand. Mandevilla's doing perfect. Here's a rose plant that was in a large pot. That basically, look at this bug. You don't want that up here. This rose plant just had too much area to set good roots in, so we got it in a smaller pot now, hoping to bring it back. New Guinea impatient still has flowers that will bloom eventually. The 3rd rose plant, new growth again. Got the oregano, several harvests off that, and friends have gotten some of the harvest, and sauce is being made. I've got a fig tree, it's beautiful. I've got an eggplant setting more flowers, and I've had my eggplant off there and it was delicious. We've got some bee balm, still waiting for that to have flowers on it. A mum. This is a tomato plant with so many cherry tomatoes. It's got them everywhere. 2 plants put together and did extremely well. So if you're ever short of room or whatever, put 2 good strong tomato plants together and watch them grow and produce tomatoes. More rosemary, lavender that's been replanted in a more sandy soil, hoping to overwinter that. This is the pot that rose is in, so we'll reuse all that soil next year. We've got the hydrangea from early spring. Cut off the old growth, the new growth is there. $1.48, $1.48, $1.48 from Walmart, and these with a rebate, I think they were $4.50 for 8-inch at Menards, and with a rebate they cost me $3. We're going to have those early on and not have them later when it gets colder and have to bring them in and out. So once and for all, I'm going to learn how to take care of mums.